The rain over substation Delta $4 was a dull, rhythmic hammering, soaking the razor wire and the drab concrete walls. The air in the Shaw compound was no longer just thick with dust and the metallic scent of fear. It was cold with the reality of defeat. The silence of the once bustling ranch was a heavy shroud, amplifying the frantic pace of Caleb Shaw, With Victor Shaw, a federal fugitive, and Elias Thorne safely in custody, the compound was a sitting target for Marshal Riley's inevitable task force. The goal was simple, yet terrifyingly complex: disappear. Caleb's first priority, the only thing that anchored him, was Lila. The clinic in the main compound, despite its hardened walls, was too exposed, too well known. It was an open wound the Thornes or the feds could easily exploit. He arranged for a discreet transfer to an old, decommissioned mining hospital, known locally and ominously as the hole hidden deep in the canyonlands. This was a place the Shaws had used for decades to treat gunshot wounds and other injuries that couldn't be explained to town doctors. The transfer was an agonizing logistical nightmare. Every minute felt like an hour, every shadow a federal sniper. Caleb moved Lila himself, alongside a former combat medic named Doc and two of his most trusted men, the silent veterans of the feud. They transported her in the back of a refrigerated food-to-only vehicle, large enough to hide the life support equipment, its white shell offering a fragile disguise against the desert blackness. The rhythmic beeping of the portable life support machine was the only sound, louder than Caleb's own frantic heartbeat and the grinding of the truck's gears. As they drove, Doc meticulously monitored the 4 lines and the ventilator, his face illuminated by the small green light of the machines. The winding, treacherous canyon path, rarely used since the $1,980, was barely wide enough for the truck. The slightest mistake meant tumbling down a sheer drop into the darkness. Caleb drove with a focus that bordered on trance, the face of his still, pale sister filling his vision. "You will not die here," he vowed, every muscle tensed against the inevitable moment the feds would appear. When they finally reached the silent, concrete bunker, a brutalist structure half buried in the earth, it felt like stepping onto another planet. The air inside was cool and still. Caleb immediately assigned 2 men, hardened veterans of the family's old smuggling routes, to guard the single entrance. His sister was safe for now, shielded by stone and secrecy, but critically, desperately ill. With Lila secured, Caleb returned to the deserted compound and turned to the remaining men. Silas Knox, the head of security, was a broken man, his shoulders slumped beneath the weight of years of loyalty and a fresh, crippling fear of federal prison. "What's the plan, Caleb?" Silas asked, his voice a ragged whisper that sounded utterly defeated in the compound's cavernous, empty main hall. "We fight? We run?" "Victor wants us to fight. We survive," Caleb said, his voice flat and authoritative. He was no longer Victor's son. He was the head of a collapsing organization. He systematically packed only the absolute essentials: the family ledger's copies, not the true original, a small cache of untraceable weapons, and a secure satellite phone. Riley cut the blood supply, Silas. He froze every legitimate account. We have to become ghosts. Everyone who isn't essential and doesn't want federal charges. Take your severance, the small, untraceable cash reserves Victor squirreled away, disappear, and wait for the call. The rest of us, the Corps, we move to the old *** Dry Creek Station ***. It's off the grid, and we can operate from there. Dry Creek was an ancient, abandoned refueling depot in the Badlands, once a key point in the Shaw smuggling routes, now just rusted metal and shadows. It offered perfect cover, high ground, and a clear line of sight across the valley. It was a tactical retreat that redefined the Shaw operation, no longer a powerful, stationary empire, but a lean, mobile resistance. Caleb was not fighting Victor's war of ownership. He was fighting a war of attrition and survival. He left the main compound empty, save for a few symbolic pieces of furniture and the haunting echo of the family's history. The Thornes will hit us financially, and Riley will hit us legally, Caleb realized, staring at the map of Ironwood. We have to hit them both where they don't expect it, the shadows. Across the valley at the Thorne Syndicate's gleaming headquarters, *** Audrey Thorne, *** was in her element. She sat in her father's office, a room of polished obsidian and silent power, the city lights below her, mirroring the intricate power grid she now controlled. Unlike Victor, Elias had prepared his legacy. He hadn't just built a criminal empire. He had built a legal one, too, a shell company of businesses designed to withstand scrutiny. Audrey's first move was a masterpiece of legal warfare, executed with ice-cold precision. With the federal freeze on the Shaw accounts, Victor had unknowingly handed her the perfect weapon, an argument of default. She initiated a cascade of civil lawsuits and foreclosure filings, targeting every single Shaw asset she could find that wasn't already locked down by Riley. Her chief legal advisor, Rhea ***, a woman who thrived on high-stakes courtroom drama, looked utterly energized by the transition of power. The narrative is everything, Audrey dictated. The Shaws were involved in a volatile, illegal exchange that led to the death of a Thorne loyalist and the collateral injury of an innocent girl, his own daughter. Victor Shaw is a criminal fugitive who jeopardized his own family. We are the stable, legitimate entity ensuring order. We are merely collecting debts and securing collateral against a proven criminal enterprise. The key target was the *** West Ridge property ***, the subject of the original dispute. Audrey's legal team filed an exhaustive $500-page brief for immediate seizure, citing the frozen accounts, default on loans from Thorne shell companies, and the pending federal warrants against Victor Shaw as irrefutable proof of financial instability and flight risk. The court, overwhelmed by the volume and intimidated by the veiled threat of federal authority, granted an emergency injunction. Within a single, devastating day, the deed to the West Ridge property was transferred to the Thorne Syndicate. The Thornes had won the war Victor Shaw started, not with bullets, but with paperwork. Audrey wasn't finished. She ordered the immediate public sale of several minor Shaw Properties' old ranches and freight yards, using the proceeds to bolster the syndicate's legitimate finances and create a paper trail that painted the Thornes as cooperating with the federal investigation by cleaning up Victor Shaw's mess. Every action was designed to appear lawful, cooperative, and inevitable. Later that evening, Audrey stood before the syndicate leadership, a collection of financiers, politicians and hardened enforcers who were visibly uneasy about Elias's surrender. My father's surrender was a calculated tactical maneuver, Audrey announced, her voice calm and authoritative, slicing through the room's tension. He drew Marshal Riley's fire away from our assets and gave us the political shield of cooperation. In the last 12 hours, we have secured the West Ridge claim, neutralized the Shaw's major financial lifelines, and dismantled $30 per cent dollar of their operational base through legal means. Victor Shaw is a cornered animal. We will not fight him in the streets. We will suffocate him in the courtroom. The Shaw name ends here. Any questions? There were none. They saw the cold, ruthless precision that had replaced Elias's volatile temper. The Syndicate had a new queen, and she was far more dangerous than the king she replaced because she understood the rules of a legitimate world. Marshal ***, Jake Riley ***, and Agent ***Vance ***, moved into the deserted Shaw compound at dawn. The compound was eerily silent, the main house stripped of anything valuable, the clinic empty save for medical waste. Riley was not disappointed. He saw the vacuum of power and the rapid retreat as proof of the federal order's effectiveness. Victor Shaw is fleeing, Agent Vance, Riley observed, walking through the abandoned house. He's making himself easier to find and harder to defend. The Shaw operation is officially bankrupt and decentralized. The Thornes have already started picking at the bones. Vance pointed to the sheriff's office bulletin board, which now displayed the federal seizure notice. The Thornes moved fast, Marshal. They seized the West Ridge property an hour ago. They're using our authority as cover to strip the Shaws bare. Riley smiled, a thin, humorless expression. That's exactly what I want. Let them think they're winning. Let them consolidate power under Audrey. It just makes the eventual collapse easier. They're digging their own grave by creating a single centralized target. We'll let them do the dirty work of wiping out the Shaws, and then we take the whole lot. As they searched the River Trail site, now secured and documented, Riley focused less on the shell casings and more on the personal effects. They found a small, custom-made leather holster that had been dropped by one of the Thorne security men. It wasn't standard issue. It was clearly tailored. Inside there was a faint embossed initial, **JT**, Jasper Thorne, ***, Riley confirmed, holding the holster carefully in a sterile bag. He was there, the nephew. The one they claimed was miles away in the city. The Thornes are lying top to bottom. Agent Vance reviewed the forensic crime scene photos of the deceased Thorne guard. ***, Hayes ***, showing the location of the fatal buckshot wounds. The buckshot pattern is wide, Marshal. It was a close-range, uncontrolled burst, likely fired by a Shaw man in panic. But look where Hayes was standing when he was hit. His body position was forward, leaning between Jasper and Lila Shaw's last known position on the horse. Riley's eyes narrowed as he connected the dots, the final piece of the motive falling into place. Hayes was taking a bullet for the Shaw girl. The Thorne detail leader sacrificed himself to prevent Jasper from escalating the violence to murder. The Thornes are not just criminals, Agent Vance. This wasn't a clean defense. It was an attempted murder of a civilian by a Thorne heir that was blocked by their own loyal man. We have the proof, the holster and the trajectory. This changes everything. Elias and Audrey can maintain their facade of legitimacy all they want, but we have the hard evidence of their conspiracy to cover up an attempted murder. He knew this piece of evidence was his ultimate control over Audrey, a ticking clock that could destroy her new empire at any moment he chose. Deep in the canyonlands at the dilapidated fortified farmhouse, Victor Shaw was adapting to the life of a hunted animal. He was cut off, his communication limited to brief, guarded bursts over a secure line, his vast fortune inaccessible. His physical appearance had degraded. The tailored suits were replaced by dusty canvas, and the controlled rage was now a permanent, burning presence in his eyes, feeding on his guilt over Lila. He paced the single, locked room, the confinement grating on his sense of absolute power. Using a rare, untraceable satellite phone, he called his most loyal and dangerous asset, Serafina, a former cartel enforcer who operated outside the Ironwood ecosystem, dealing exclusively in high-end, untraceable weaponry and information. The Syndicate thinks they have won, Victor growled into the phone, the metal casing slick with his sweat. They have my land, Elias is safe, and my daughter is dying. I need 2 things, Serafina. First, I need eyes on the hospital where Caleb moved my daughter. I need absolute assurance she is breathing. Second, I need a tool for revenge. Untraceable, definitive, and public. I need to send a message that I am still Victor Shaw, and the Thornes will pay. Seraphine's voice, when it came back, was flat, heavily filtered, and utterly emotionless, a sound of pure transaction. The hospital location is secured, Victor. Caleb chose well, but you are a ghost with no funds. My payment is always up front. I deal in currency, not promises. I have collateral, Victor said, his eyes scanning the room. He walked to the old stone hearth, his boots grinding on the gritty floor, and pulled a loose brick. Behind it lay a thick, gold-leafed family ledger, the original record of the Shaw's first land claims, their hidden debts, and every illicit transaction dating back 50 years, a document capable of bringing down half the state government. This ledger is the key to my entire history. The information alone is worth 10 times your usual fee. Get me what I need, and the ledger is yours. Serafina paused, a dangerous, calculating silence hanging on the line. The ledger a fair exchange, Victor. A true death certificate for the Shaw name. But listen carefully, Victor. Audrey Thorne has taken West Ridge. She is closing in on the rest of your holdings. She is efficient. You are running out of time to be a king. You are becoming a weapon. Good, Victor spat, the word laced with pure venom. Then let me be a clean, sharp one. Elias is safe in custody. I can't touch him yet, but his heir, his greatest asset. I want Audrey Thorne, and I want the world to know who killed her. Do not fail me. Caleb's operation at Dry Creek was running on fumes. He had secured the location, established a basic communication link, and was fighting the legal battle in secret, using a shell corporation and a third-party lawyer to contest Audrey's filings. But the news of the loss of the West Ridge property, the heart of their claim, hit his men hard. Morale was plummeting. They were fighting a ghost war against a legal machine. We need a win, Caleb, Silas urged, pacing the dirt floor of the old depot. A statement. They are moving the equipment from the West Ridge site tomorrow. We need to hit the convoy. Victor would have hit the convoy. Caleb shook his head, looking down at a detailed map of the Thorne supply lines. No, that's Victor's war. That's a shootout that brings Riley down on our heads and gets Lila exposed. We fight Audrey's war, the financial one. Where is the equipment going? The Syndicate's main processing plant, Silas said, near the rail yard. A massive protected facility. Caleb saw the opportunity. Audrey is focused on the deeds and the money. She is moving millions in heavy machinery from a newly seized property to a centralized, protected location. It's a logistical risk. We won't shoot the trucks. We'll stop them. The next night, Caleb and a small, skilled team executed a precise, non-violent operation. They didn't engage the Thorne security detail, avoiding the bloodshed that Riley was waiting for. Instead, they utilized old Shaw-built infrastructure, a series of underground tunnels and secondary maintenance systems near the main rail line outside the processing plant. While Audrey's team was busy securing the West Ridge shipment inside the plant, Caleb's team meticulously opened a set of submerged floodgates and rerouted an old irrigation channel, deliberately flooding the plant's basement utility corridors. The corrosive canyon water mixed with the electrical conduits, causing a critical short in the main power grid. The lights went out across the entire Thorne processing plant, silencing the heavy machinery and grinding the multi-million-dollar operation to a halt. It was a temporary disruption, but a painful public one that would cost Audrey millions in lost time and repairs. Caleb sent a single anonymous encrypted message to Audrey's secured terminal. ***, this is not over. ***. Audrey, sitting in her dark, silent office, watching the processing plant monitor turn black, understood the message instantly. It wasn't Victor's impulsive, bloody retaliation. It was something colder, more focused, a surgical strike. She contacted Rhea immediately, her voice sharper than steel. The power outage was sabotage, Audrey stated. Caleb Shaw is not his father. He's fighting smart. He's fighting silently. He's trying to stall us, to bleed us in resources. We retaliate with the only weapon that matters. What's the easiest way to hit him where it matters most, the one thing he can't protect? Rhea paused. Lila Shaw. The injury is key to our legal narrative. It paints Victor as reckless. The hidden hospital is his emotional and tactical vulnerability. If we can get access to her medical records, we can cement the story that she was driving with a known accomplice, and that the injury was self-inflicted chaos caused by the Shaws. It destroys his credibility entirely. Audrey nodded slowly, a predatory glint in her eyes. Riley gave us the legal hammer, and now we use it for surgical precision. Find the hospital. Get their records. And for God's sake, keep an eye on my Uncle Elias in custody. He is my shield. If anything happens to him, Victor is unleashed and this entire game falls apart. The battlefield had changed. The generational feud was now a high-stakes chess match between two reluctant young monarchs, one fighting for a dying sister in the shadows, the other fighting for a frozen crown in the light. The first moves of checkmate had been played, and both players were dangerously exposed.